Hi, it's Lorraine here at the Doc and Detox World Healing and Training Center, and I'm back talking about women's pelvic health. And I just wanted to go over, what would be the reasons for someone wanting to take this course and what would the benefits be? So, the reasons for taking this, I mean, you could be a woman, say in your 40s, and very powerful. Uh, have a very powerful job or career, and there's just something that's missing. There's just one thing that's missing. You're working in a man's world and you're trying to fit in, but you're female. And really, you just need to come back and embrace that femininity, and you will fit in anywhere. You could, maybe you're a mom and you've had children, and now you're starting to have problems down in the pelvic area. Another reason to be coming, if you just had a child and now you've got some urine leaking, or maybe you've got a prolapse, or maybe you've got some varicose veins, or maybe you've got some hip problems, or maybe you've got toe fungus. All of these things are rooted in that pelvic area. The way we view it, the way I understand this, is you get leaky large intestine. So a leaky large intestine, that is it could be from not chewing well. So you're swallowing your food before it's completely down to practically nothing, practically water. It's water by the time you swallow. And then your stomach is able to break down the rest. If there's any pieces going down, your stomach's not able to break it down. And then whatever is in there is going to start to putrefy because it's taking too long to digest. And then we're feeding the bad bacteria, the fungus, and the parasites. The fungus are actually the worst predators. They're the ones that drill the little holes in the large intestine. So anything transitioning through that large intestine has the opportunity to drop out of those little holes and start creating a manure pile in the bottom of the pelvic bowl. Now, there is no escape for it. It's just going to build up, build up, build up until you start doing something about it. So as this manure pile is starting to get bigger, because we don't understand how the body works. Typically, I didn't understand how the body worked. I certainly didn't. I had 7 surgeries down in the pelvic area. If I would have understand how the body works, I would have been looking at things to, make it so that I don't have that leaky large intestine. And if you're here now and you've got any of these conditions, I mean, starting to do the vaginal infusion is going to help to clean up that pelvic bowl and strengthen and nourish the tissues. Because when that pile of manure starts steaming up, it's going to irritate all of the tissues down there, and then they're going to get inflamed, and then they're going to get infected. So endometriosis, it's that the outer layer of the uterus is getting inflamed, and then it's infected, and now it's causing problems, and your periods are heavier, and maybe you're developing ovarian cyst. Now, a cyst is just a sac of putrefaction, of yeah, it's just a sac of pus. That's what it is. And your body is trying to take care of things and keep you moving upright and going forward in your life. And so it's trying to protect and hone in all the things that shouldn't be in there. And that's another reason why you would create maybe a fibroid. You've got calcium going there because it's trying to help your body. And now you've got a mass that has been started, and that mass starts to grow. We got to be able to understand how the body works. And it starts with what we're putting in. So put in as organic as you can, as raw and fresh, high vibrational foods. Raw and fresh fruits and vegetables carry the life force, the vibrational force still in them. As soon as we start cooking something, we're diminishing that life force. And so you put in high vibrational foods, so that'd be raw and fresh. Fruits typically have a higher vibration than vegetables, but when we look at things like sprouts, man, their vibration is way past a fruit. They're just jumping for joy. They want to give everything they've got because they're just starting out. So putting sprouts in your smoothies or on your salads or in your sandwich if you're having a sandwich, wherever you can, you're going to tuck those babies in. And like I said, making sure you chewed properly, making sure your food combined properly. You want to make sure that if you are eating cooked foods, that you're taking digestive enzymes. And if I were you, I'd probably take 4 before I eat my meal. And then 20 minutes after I finish my meal, if I'm getting any feeling of heaviness in the stomach, bloating, tightness, I'm going to take 4 more, because I want whatever that is to digest properly. I don't want to be feeding the bad bacteria, the fungus, and the parasites. And so food combining is important, using the digestive enzymes. And if I was having meat, when we look at meat, I mean, it has a lot of things that can support the body, but one thing it does not have is vibration. It does not have that life force anymore because it's dead. So if you want high vibrational foods, meats wouldn't be included in that because they are dead. There's no life force left in them. And then, of course, making sure that you're well hydrated. The body does not work well when you're dehydrated. We are mostly water. Our cells are mostly water. So we need that water. It helps everything move better. And then making sure that that large intestine is moving properly. So your bowel movements. If you're having 3 meals a day, you should be having 3 good bowel movements. Now that a good bowel movement is about 6 or 7 inches long. It should be easily moved out of the body, so that you shouldn't have to get it out. It should, the contraction of the large intestine should be enough to bring that out. If you're having trouble with that, get yourself a squatty potty so that you're actually in the squatting position when you're taking that bowel movement. And now it's going to work a little bit better. So 7 inches long, should move through quick, fast, easily. Should be probably about this thick, and it should float, and it shouldn't stink. So if any of those things are happening, I mean, if not all of those things are happening, then you still aren't having good bowel movements. So one of the things that we suggest for having good bowel movements would be the daily cleansing tea. And the daily cleansing tea, what it does is it cleans out all of your inner organs. And it's daily, and it's very gentle. It's not something that's going to make you get hooked to the bathroom unless you didn't follow the instructions on how to make it. Because some people don't look at the instructions and think 1 tea bag is going to make 1 cup. No, that's not the case. 2 tea bags makes 4 quarts or 4 liters. That's a lot more. So if you use 1 tea bag, and I've heard people saying, I can't take this. I have to stay right by the bathroom. And I asked them, well, how did you make it? And generally, that's what they've done. They haven't read the direction. They took one tea bag, just like any other tea, in 1 cup of water. No, that's not the way this one works. So read the instructions. For sure, if you haven't had a perfect day consultation, I mean, this is where we go over these things and we educate you on how you can raise the vibration of the body. So it's more than just what you eat. It's more than just what you take. It's more than the movement you do. And it's more than the emotional work. You need all of them together. And how do you make that work in your life? So perfect day consultations, you can book them right from the shop if you wanted. You can pick out who you want to be your consultant, or you can go to docofdetox.com/consultation, and you can book the time and the date with the person that you want. And I'm one of them, so you could pick me. Also, if you're having any problems in that pelvic area, women, and you want to really, really come back to that divine feminine power, that beautiful goddess that you are, then I would encourage you to sign up for one of our pelvic restoration and disease prevention masterclasses. We have been working diligently revamping the manual that we gave out in Australia. And I think the one in Australia was 50 some pages. Well, we've doubled that almost. It's almost doubled that, the amount of pages in it. So tons of information. We want you to take home something that you're going to be able to say, oh yeah, I remember doing that in class. And here it is written out, you know? We want you to be able to practice this so that you can rectify all the problems that you're having. Or maybe you're not having any problems at all and you just want to feel healthy and tone up a little bit, and maybe have a better relationship with your significant other, because this will help the sparks fly. If you want more information on when these classes are coming up, you can go to bhnuniversity.com and look at the Pelvic Restoration and Disease Prevention Masterclass. And you can sign up right there. Our next one is in Florida, starting on the 27th, 28th, 29th of October. It's the last one for the year, and these people will be the first people to get that 100 plus manual, 100 plus pages manual. And when you take that course, you also get to download the Perfect Day Manual, which is 480 pages of health information. You're not going to get that anywhere else. Like, we are doing our best to educate as much as possible, so when you go out the door, you have a book and resources so that you can continue the practice. Because doing the practice for 3 days, you're gonna feel different, definitely. You're gonna get some results. But taking that home and continuing the practice, that's where the magic will start happening. So I hope you're having a beautiful day, a beautiful evening, a beautiful morning, wherever you are in this world. And just know I love you. 3, 2, 1. We've got this. We are love. We are healed. We are Braveheart Nation. Good night.